Yes, sir.
This call is now being
Yeah.
recorded.
119 Ranjit.
Yes, sir.
Voice is clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good morning to all of you. In previous class, we have started one theorem that is called as the Clapeyron's theorem of three moments, or else three moment theorem, that is TMT. Now today we'll see what are the steps to be involved in the TMT. Once I'll share the screen now, and before that all of you open your notebooks and start today's class, that is what are the steps to be involved in TMT. All of you start writing, keep heading as a steps for TMT. 117 Neha,
Yes, sir.
screen is visible to you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all of you open your notebook and start today's class, that is Clapeyron's T. See, hardly we have a six steps. Hardly we have a six steps. Write down each and every step here, then you can easily understand while we are calculating the Clapeyron's theorem. Here, first of all, let us draw one diagram. Before going to explain the steps for TMT, first of all, let us draw one diagram, one example drawing. So this is one continuous beam A, B, C, D. Think it is a four supports A, B, C, D. Totally how many supports are having here? Four supports. And how many beams are available here? If you take A to B first beam, if you take B to C second beam, if you take C to D, that is third beam. Okay. Now what are the loads are acting on the top of the beam? See, imagine the first load is central point load. First load is central point load and span is L1. Now, here the second beam BC is acting throughout uniformly distributed load W Newton per meter or else kilonewton per meter, and the span is L2. Now here from C to D it is acting eccentric point load, and the whole span from C to D is L3, and here A and B, the distances is A and B. So this is the one of the example diagram. Now based on these three conditions, based on three loads, and what are the steps to be involved here? See, the first step here, the first step here. What is the first step? See, listen carefully. This is very easy. Don't confuse. First listen. What are the steps? Then you can easily calculate by yourself. See, the first step here. Draw the free bending moment diagram. Draw the free bending moment diagram. So this is the first step here. See, what is the free bending moment diagram? We can say it as a maximum bending moment diagram. Suppose if you take A to B, if you take A to B, so that is acting as a central point load here. Central point load. Now, what is the maximum bending moment diagram here? In which shape you will get your maximum bending moment diagram? That is, see, your load is acting here, so you will get maximum load here. Now, join the points. So this is your maximum bending moment diagram. So next one is UDL. So according to that UDL, in which shape you will get your maximum bending moment diagram? That is parabolic shape. Parabolic shape. So here you will get maximum bending moment diagram. Now what about the height here? WL square by 8, and here what about the height here? WL power 4. WL power 4. So like that, the first step is draw the free bending moment diagram. This is our first step. Next, what about the second step here? What about the second step here? That is calculate the area and centroid. Calculate the area and centroid of free bending moment diagram. Free bending moment diagram between 2 points. Between 2 points. See the second step here. Calculate the area and centroid of free bending moment diagram between 2 points. See, this is the first diagram. This is the second diagram. So from these two, calculate the area. Calculate the area. Suppose it is a A1, and here you can say it as a A2. Okay. Now area. Once you check the first diagram, it is look like a triangle shape. It is look like a triangle shape. So the area of triangle here, half into base into height, half into base into height. Now whatever the values are here, you can substitute in place of B, in place of H, then you will get area 1. Then you will get area 1. Next, if you come to the second free bending moment diagram, how it is look like? It is look like a parabolic shape. Now what is the area of parabola here? That is 2 by 3 into base into height. Area of parabola here 2 by 3 into base into height. Now whatever the values are having in here, just substitute in place of B, in place of H, then you will get A2 here, question mark. Then you will get area of second free bending moment diagram. Now after completion of the area, the next is calculate centroid. Calculate centroid. See, already we discussed about centroid in the yesterday class only. See, if the load is acting center of the span, if the load is acting center of the span, then the centroid here XL is equal to L by 2, XR is equal to L by 2. So this is your centroid of first free bending moment diagram. Now in the parabolic diagram, here also the centroid is acting middle of the span. It means we can write it as a centroid of left side is L by 2 and the centroid of right side is L by 2. L by 2 and L by 2. Now from the first diagram, which centroid is we are going to take, and in the second diagram, which centroid is we are going to take. So that part we will see later after applying the TMT theorem. So up to here, this is the second point. Now what about the third point here? What about the third point here? Write down the third point. Apply TMT or Clapeyron's theorem. Apply TMT or Clapeyron's theorem. It means we should follow one equation here. What is the equation? MA L1 plus 2 MB of L1 plus L2 plus MC into L2 into L2 plus 6 A1 X1 by L1 plus 6 A2 X2 by L2 is equal to 0. So this is our TMT or Clapeyron's theorem equation, or else we can write it as, in place of X1 and X2, see MA into L1 plus 2 MB L1 plus L2 plus MC into L2 plus here we can write it as a 6 A1 XL bar by L1 plus 6 A2 XR bar by L2 is equal to 0. So in the third point, we should apply the TMT or Clapeyron's theorem. Now already we discussed in previous class regarding these terms. What is the MA, what is the L1, MB and MC, L2, A1, A2, X, L bar, X, R bar. Each and every term we discussed in previous class also. Now once again I remind you, see here MA is moment at first point. Moment at first point. If it is simply supported, then we can put directly it is 0. If the end moment is simply supported, directly it is 0. Next, here MB is intermediate support, so it is unknown here. MB is unknown value here. Next, plus MC. Suppose at point to C it is the end support, then also it is 0. But if the MC also intermediate support, then MC unknown here. If the MC is end support, then it is 0. Otherwise, if it is intermediate support, then MC also unknown here. So we need to calculate MB and MC values. Now plus 6 times of A1. So just now we calculated A1 value. So based on the your free bending moment diagram, we calculated A1 and A2. A1 and A2. So whatever the values we got there, just substitute in place of A1 here. Substitute in place of A1 here. Now X1, or else we can say it as a XL bar. It means already we calculated the center of gravity values. See here, these are the center of gravity values, but in the equation it is x1, or else we can take it as a xl bar. It means in the first diagram, we have a two sides of center of gravity. One is left side, other one is right side. When we are calculating x1 or else x bar, we can take this value as a center of gravity. We can take as a center of gravity, that is xl. Always prefer left side when we are calculating x1 or else xl bar. In the first diagram, always prefer left part, that is xl is equal to l by 2. Now again in the equation we have a x2 or else xr bar. See, the second one is x2, or else we can write it as a xr bar. Now what is the meaning for x2 or else xr bar here? Open the second diagram here. Now forget about the first diagram. Now we are calculating x2 or else xr bar. We are calculating x2 or xr bar. It means the center of gravity for second diagram, x2 in the sense second diagram. So in the second diagram we can say it as a xr bar. It means here also we have a two sides of center of gravity, one is xl, one is xr. Now when we are calculating the second diagram, always prefer right side cg, right side cg, center of gravity. So in the first one always prefer the left side center of gravity. In the second diagram, always prefer right side center of gravity. So this is our equation, theory of three moments equation. Now what about the fourth point here? What about the fourth point here? Fourth point, find support reactions. Find support reactions for 2 points. It means AB, BC, CD, etc., etc. Once observe in this diagram, suppose if you want to find out support reaction in this figure, first we need to consider from A to B. Okay, next consider from B to C. Next consider from C to D. So same way I have written here A, B, B, C, C, D. A, B, B, C, C, D. See, already you know that how to find the support reactions here. Suppose here it is a first A to B and the load is acting center of this span AB and the whole span is L1. Now here find out reaction RA and here RB. Next second one here, it is uniformly distributed. See, same diagram I am splitting here, that's it. W Newton per meter L2. This is BC. It means RB RC. Next diagram, leave it the last diagram. First focus on only two diagrams. See, here we have a two RBs. Here we have a two RBs. So give name it as a RB1 and RB2. Now how to find the support reactions here? Already you know that by applying of equation of equilibrium. by applying of equation of equilibrium. So this is the condition to calculate support reaction. See, first of all, how to find out this support reaction means in the first diagram. Focus on the first diagram here. The upward forces are RA and RB1. Now the downward forces are W. So first of all, I will be applying here summation of all vertical forces is equal to 0. Summation of all vertical forces is equal to 0. And the my conditions are all upward forces are going to take positive, all the downward forces are going to take negative. Here RA and RB1 going to upward direction, so I can write it as a RA plus RB1. Now W is acting downward direction, so I can write it as a minus W. Minus W. So from this one you will get two unknowns RA and RB1. Now apply other equation of equilibrium, that is summation of moment about, take any one point in these 2 points. You can take moment about A or else you can take moment about B. It is up to you, your wish. It is up to you. Now, so by using of vertical force, by using of moment about B, finally we'll get RA value and finally we'll get RB1 value. RB1 value. Now here, coming to the second diagram, from B to C, the load is acting entire span, uniformly distributed load. Now here also, first of all, apply summation of vertical force is equal to 0 and the conditions are same. All the upward forces are take positive, all the downward forces are take negative. Here RB2 and RC going to upward direction, RB2 so plus RC. Now it is uniformly distributed load, it means the load is acting downward direction, minus W, and it is uniformly distributed load, so convert into point load, then it is multiplied with L2 is equal to 0, is equal to 0. Now after that apply summation of moment about any one point. You can take B or else you can take C, that is your wish. Moment at B2, it means this point, B point is equal to 0. So from this one we'll get RB2 value or else RC value. See, the fourth point is already you know that how to find out the support reaction. See, why we are calculating the support reactions here means finally we'll calculate shear force diagram. So that reason we are calculating support reactions here. So this is your fourth point. This is your fourth point. Now, what about the fifth point here? What about the fifth point here? Fifth one is find final support reactions at supports. Fifth point is here, find final support reactions at supports. It means, see here, just now we calculated RA and RB1, RB2, RC. It means here RA and RC are the single one. So directly we can write it as a RA value and RC value, directly we can write it as. But coming to the RB, we have a two reactions. that is RB1 plus RB2. RB1 plus RB2. So this is your fifth point. Fifth point is very simple. Just whatever the calculated the reactions, just to write here clearly RA, RC, and RB we are having two parts, RB1 and RB2. Now, what about the sixth point here? See, sixth point is the very important. Up to now, whatever the values we calculated, forget about. So based on that values, finally we can draw the bending moment diagram and shear force diagram. The sixth point is very important. Whatever the values we got up to now, forget about all the values. Just focus on your bending moment diagram and shear force diagram. So these six are involved in the three moment theorem, that is TMT or else Clapeyron's theorem. So all of you write down here. Up to now, write down. So these are the six main important points. All of you complete it fast. 104 Sujit. 104 Sujit. 106 Anil. 106 Anil.
Yes, sir.
Anil, is it completed or still writing?
Completed, sir.
Okay. 102 Ramu.
Yes, sir.
Ramu, is it completed or still writing?
Completed, sir.
Okay, nice. Next, all of you draw some figures. These are the very important diagrams. So I'll tell you one table. All of you draw that table. Very important here. Very important. I'll wait. All of you follow this table. Here, here it is diagram. Next, it is bending moment diagram. We can say it as a maximum bending moment diagram, or else we can say it as a free bending moment diagram. And here it is area, and here it is centroid. So first one is diagram, bending moment diagram, area and centroid. Now here, first one is first diagram. It is a simply supported beam. It means at both ends are having hinge supports. So simply we can say it as a simply supported beam, and the load is acting center of the span, that is W, and the whole span is L, and the whole span is L. It means from load to left side it is L by 2, from load to right side it is L by 2. L by 2 and L by 2. Now, that is the first diagram. Now, second diagram here. Simply supported beam, both ends are having two hinge supports and the load is acting eccentrically. The load is acting eccentrically, W, and the whole span is L, and the whole span is here L. It means from load to left side it is A, from load to right side it is B. So the diagram is not in symmetrical, not in symmetrical. We can simply say it as unsymmetrical. Now next diagram. It is also a simply supported and the load is acting throughout the span, that is uniformly distributed load, W Newton per meter, and the whole span is common L. Whole span is L. So these are the three important diagrams. Three important diagrams. See, you can observe what is the difference in these three diagrams. That is, load is acting different spans. Here the load is acting middle of the span, and here the load is acting distance from A, and here the load is acting throughout the span. Only these are the difference. Now, what about the bending moment diagram here? What about the bending moment diagram here? First, extend this line. Here also. Take other color, then you can easily understand which color. Green color. Now, here it is beam. Now the load is acting here center of the span. See here also, right? Here the load is acting center of the, and here somewhat distance the load is acting. Here it is uniformly distributed load, but it is a symmetrical structure, and if you convert into as a point load, then it is also acting at middle of the span. Now take the green color. Now see, the load is acting at this point, so we'll get our maximum bending moment somewhere here. Now join the point, then you will get your bending moment diagram. Then you will get your bending moment diagram. What about the height of bending moment diagram here? That is WL power 4. The maximum bending moment diagram, or the height of bending moment diagram here, WL power 4. Next, draw the same beam and your load is acting at this point, so your maximum bending moment will get somewhere here, and it is 0 and it is 0. Here also it is 0, here also it is 0. Now join all the points, then you will get your bending moment diagram. Then you'll get your bending moment diagram. See, this L is common, and here also the whole span is L. The whole span is L. Now, what about this height? That is W into, there is a two different spans are available here. That is A, B by whole span. By whole span. Now, coming to the third diagram. So, draw same diagram. A, B beam. Next. It is uniformly distributed load, so you will get parabolic shape here, parabolic shape. So this is your parabolic shape, and the height of the maximum height here, W L square by 8, W L square by 8. So these three are the main important bending moment diagrams. Bending moment diagrams. Now, what about the area here? Area. What about the areas here? See, the first diagram, it is first diagram, it is second diagram, it is third diagram. So, observe only first diagram. The first diagram is a triangle shape. So, what about the area of triangle here? Half into base into height. Half into base into height. It means half. Here base is L meter, height is WL power 4. WL power 4. Now, coming to the second diagram. Second diagram also a triangle shape. It means the area of triangle here. Here also half into base into height. Clearly we can write it as a base is L, height is different here, that is WAB by L. See, comparing to first diagram and second diagram, both are look like a triangle shape, and the both the span also same L and L, but here the height is different. Why it is different means, if you observe the first diagram, it is a symmetrical structure, so that half of the span will be divided here, L by 2, L by 2. Finally, we can write it as a WL power WL by 4. But in the second diagram, it is eccentric point load. It means unsymmetrical structure. The whole span is L, but it is not divided as a half of the span. Suppose if it is a 10 meter, you can take it as a at point A, from A to somewhere distance 3 meter or else 4 meter. Next remaining distance is 6 meter. Now in the first diagram, suppose it is the 10 meter. If you take the left part 5 meter, if you take the right part 5 meter. Now coming to the third diagram, find out area. How it is look like? It is look like a parabolic shape. So the area of parabola is here 2/3 of base into height. 2/3 of base into height. See here the span is L. Don't forget about here. Here also span is L. Now substitute the values here, that is 2/3, base is L, height is here WL square by 8. WL square by 8. Now coming to the centroid here. Coming to the centroid. Choose other color, which one? Orange. Okay. Now find out the centroid. See the first diagram, XL XR. Here also XL XR. XL XR. Okay. Consider only first diagram. Consider only first diagram. Draw one line here and here. Draw one line here and here it is middle. Draw one line. Now the first diagram is symmetrical structure. First diagram is symmetrical structure. It means somewhere here your center of gravity is acting here. It means half of the span, that is L by 2 and L by 2. Your center of gravity of left side is L by 2 and it is L by 2. Next, coming to the second diagram, it is unsymmetrical structure. Here you can observe it is A and this distance is B. It is unsymmetrical structure with the whole. Now, what about the center of gravity of left part? Imagine your center of gravity somewhere acting here. We don't know exact point. We don't know here because it is unsymmetrical structure. So clearly we can write it as a, when we are calculating the left side the distance is A plus and the whole span is L by 3. Next, when we are calculating the right side center of gravity, then the right side distance is B plus whole span is L by 3. So this is your center of gravity of left side as well as right side of the second diagram. Now coming to the third diagram, it is a symmetrical structure. So your center of gravity is acting here. G. Here also write it is G. Center of gravity is indicated as G. So your center of gravity is acting middle of the span. It means when we are calculating the left part, then it is clearly L by 2. When we are calculating the right part, then it is clearly L by 2. Clearly L by 2 and L by 2. So this is your important table. Remember this table, entire this unit. Remember this table, entire this unit. So all of you draw this table. All of you draw this table. All of you complete it fast. (107) Sugandhar Raj, is it completed or not?
Yes, sir. Completed.
110 Vamshi Krishna, is it completed or not? (112) Surya Teja, is it completed or not? Surya Teja.
Yes, sir.
Is it completed or not?
Completely, sir.
Okay, nice. And in the next